Blackboard Collaborate Basics for students. So your instructor may have asked you to use this Blackboard Collaborate, which is a synchronous communication tool inside of your course. And where it might be is determined by your faculty member. So you may have received a link through an email. You may have been directed to find this inside of a course. In this example, we've set up a content area that just says Collaborate. So I'm going to go inside of here, and you should see a link to a session. And so wherever your instructor has put this, it might be in a content module, it might be on your navigation menu. What you're looking for is something that looks just like this, and it's going to be a session link. You may have even gotten it in an email. What you're going to do is you're going to click on your session link, and it's going to bring you to an area where you can join, and this is where you're going to begin joining the room. So from here, what you should see is that something has downloaded, and in this case, and I'm on a Mac, on a PC, it may ask you to accept a program that it wants to run. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, and you can see that it is a meeting join invitation. All I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up, and so on a PC, it should begin an immediate download of the application, and I'm going to go ahead and say open. And once this begins running, then I'm going to have access to the Collaborate client. So what's appeared here is a little pop-up window that's asking, should you allow this program to run? This may happen on a PC or on a Mac, but in this case we want to go ahead and allow this program to run. We trust it. We know that it's going to be okay. So once we've authenticated it to run, it's going to begin setting up. And we should see a little window that's going to come up, and it's going to start talking about Collaborate, and here it is. So there we go. It's run its initial elements, and now we're going to, let me resize this real fast. We're going to take a look at Collaborate itself. And so here is the Collaborate interface. And right now I'm the only one inside of this room. But we can take a look and see how all of this works. So first off, let me direct you and kind of orient you to the layout. Up here is the video portion. So this is where I'm going to see myself, I'm going to see my instructor. At least this is where I'll see myself once the video is turned on. Below this, we can see the participants inside of the room, and below that is the text chat area. On the right hand side is the whiteboard area, and this is where we're going to learn how to use a lot of different tools. Your instructor may pull up a PowerPoint or a presentation, something like that in there. But to begin with, we can see that everything is very limited, so I'm not really able to do anything because the instructor is not in the room, and so you may have limited permissions up front, and that's okay. If you just wait, the instructor will come, and then you'll be able to use these different features. For now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and switch some of these things on so that we can take a better look at that. Okay, so now I've enabled these features. We can take a look and see what's going on. Where I want you to begin is look in this lower left hand corner, and this is the chat area. So what you can do is click down here and say hello, and what this is going to do is just a text messaging back and forth, right? So you can communicate down here using this if you have any trouble with your audio. So what I would heavily recommend is that you want a headset and a microphone when using this this product, because you're going to want to be talking and hearing each other back and forth. And with speakers, it kind of echoes through, so you're really going to want a headset and a microphone. You can usually pick those up for pretty cheap. In addition, if you're going to be using the video feature, you will need some kind of a webcam. Most laptops and most desktops now actually have them built in, but if you don't have one, you're going to want one. So what we're looking at here is the participants inside of the room, and so this would show you who all is here. And you could actually click on a user and then message them directly if your instructor has enabled private messaging. These little emoticons and indicators right here, let's take a look at what these are. So you can actually indicate, something, kind of a mood or a status, whether you approve, maybe things are going too slow and you want your instructor to speed up. You can indicate using these little status indicators right down here, kind of what you're feeling at the time. Next, you can say, hey, I'm away. If you need to get up and go do something else, you can let everyone know that you're away until you return, and then you can just disable it. If you have a question, you can raise your hand, and the more people who are in the room, as they raise their hand, you'll notice a little number that comes right by it, and that's going to indicate who raised their hand and in which order. And then the instructor can call on you and you can lower your hand. Next, an instructor may poll the room, may say, you know, does everyone agree or disagree, and you can indicate that yes, you agree, or no, you disagree, and you can see that little status is going to appear right there. So if you're polled, you can actually respond. You don't always necessarily have to be verbal. You can use these status indicators over here. Next, let's come up here and let's take a look at the audio and video. So if you notice right here, there's a button that says talk and a microphone volume. Once I click talk, you're going to see that you can actually begin to see the level of my voice as I speak, and this means that it is picking it up and that it's coming through to everyone else in the room. And if I want to stop talking, I can disable the talk, and there I go. I should be okay. So let me go ahead and enable talk, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enable video. Okay, so here is enable video. So once I click video, it's going to find my camera, and here we go. So now you can see the camera, you can see where I am, you can see what I'm doing, and all of the different speakers will be here. And whoever is talking presently is the one that is going to appear on the screen. So with this video going on, we can see the camera, we're able to interact, we have the audio. These are the basic features that we're going to need. Next over here is the whiteboard, and again this is where presentations may be coming up. Your instructor may have PowerPoints or things like that they're using. They may choose to write text. If it's been enabled for you, you have a tool set over here that allows you to actually, you know, draw on the whiteboard. But again, this is dependent on if your instructor has enabled these features. And there's a wide variety of different things that we can do. We can move objects. There's all sorts of things that we can do inside of here. And it's up to your instructor. We can also take screenshots and things like that. Your instructor may also choose to do what's called a web tour, where they can bring you through different websites. They may also do application sharing, which allows you to share desktops. But for the most part, the whiteboard will be what you're going to probably be the most familiar with. So let's clean up our whiteboard here real fast, and we're going to cover another area inside of here. Let's go ahead and do that. About uploading some files and things like that. But before I do, I want to cover one last thing. And see this little telephone button here? If you click that, you can actually dial in. Of course, you'll have to pay the long distance if you don't have free long distance, but you can actually dial into this and use this special pin, and you can connect to this Blackboard Collaborate session via your phone if you haven't downloaded the app or something like that, or you're just using a regular phone. You can actually dial into this and participate with audio only. So let me close this, and I'm going to change over a few permissions so that we can look at just a few more features that are a little bit more advanced. So if when you log in, it looks like this, and you see some advanced features like you have room and moderators, and you have the ability to switch to some of these other features, like you may see load content, you've been elevated to the role of a moderator. And in this case, you can actually upload files to present to the rest of the class or the rest of the participants. So like if you click load content, you're going to get a window over here, and you can actually upload things like PowerPoint documents. And all you're going to do is you're going to navigate on your machine to find your document and upload it. Now it's important to note that only certain types of files can be uploaded, such as PDFs or PowerPoints, and these are PowerPoints that have been generated through Microsoft PowerPoint, not something that's been generated through maybe Google Docs or something like that. You'll want to have to actually generate it from the file source itself, like Microsoft PowerPoint. Otherwise, you might get an error. So you can see here it's converting it, and then it's going to pop inside of the Blackboard Collaborate shell. So here we go. Here goes the progress. Okay, so we can see that the slides are coming on in, and then I'll show you how you can use these inside of the shell. So everything else looks pretty much the same. We can see now that in the main room we have a few more icons and features that I won't go into in this basic tutorial, but here we go. We've moved in, we've uploaded these files, and now we have this PowerPoint presentation. So the way that we can navigate back and forth is we can click on it, and we can actually change to new page. We can navigate through the pages. There's a variety of different ways that we can do this. We can adjust the size. Like I said, we can create a new page. Multiple different ways of how we want to do it. But here is our Page Explorer, and this allows us to navigate, and this is presenting to everyone else inside of the room, navigate through the different presentation slides that we've uploaded. So this is where we can select the entire drop down. We can navigate through. We can move left and right, and this is how you would use a PowerPoint inside of Collaborate, and this is how you would upload those files. Then when you're all done doing your presentation, what you're going to want to do is exit the program, and you just do that simply by clicking the window, and it's going to caution you, hey, do you really want to close this? And yes, you're going to go ahead and close this. So what we've covered is the basic application of how to get to Blackboard Collaborate, the basic functions as far as using the chat and the video features and things like that. We've covered some of the more advanced features like file uploads and how to chat back and forth using video, and how to act as a moderator, at least in a limited capacity. I hope this helps.